Aloha, I'm Chris Berman, and coming up on ESPN, Week 11 of the NFL on ESPN is coming your way, and we can just about see the playoffs coming over the horizon. We should have a pretty good one here, because we've got a couple of teams in action that are in dire need of a W. Steelers, Bengals. Straight ahead.
Hi, I'm Dan Stevens, and welcome to Paul Brown Stadium. Here with me in the booth, my longtime associate, Peter O'Keefe. Peter, this game has got a playoff atmosphere with a chance at the #1 spot in the division at stake.
Well, the pressure's on, Dan. You better believe it.
What? This at the 46-yard line. Hagan
To derail a series from the onset.
second and long ahead. Kitna just rifles this one, and the reception. Number 86 catches the hard. Kitna fires this one over the middle. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Bengals.
But he follows.
Second down coming up. Randall L. goes in motion. Intercepted. Stopped at the 5-yard line. Kitna throws a bullet to the flat, and it's complete at the 22. Kitna rifles this one to the end zone. And Porter gets.
That's a lot of quarterback bruises there.
Graham kicks it from 35 yards, and it's good. Roethlisberger rifles it out left side, and it's complete. The Bengals enjoying the lead 10-0. Roethlisberger dumps this one to the flat, and it's intercepted. No one in front of him. And touchdown.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Keywan Ratliff picks off the ball, and he's going all the way. Nobody can stop him. Man, I hope his mom's got the VCR going.
That touchdown is going to establish some distance between them. This vital drive at their own 19-yard line. Burris hauls in.
Settles into a nickel package.
Bettis catches it in the flat, and Staley will get to carry on third down and passes the line. Kitna zips it to the left sideline. Bettis. Roethlisberger fires this one over the middle, and Warwick hunts him down. Parent. Roethlisberger throws a bullet, and he connects at the 17. He's in for the touchdown.
Plaxico Burris makes the catch, but that's not enough for him. He gets it and takes off for more.
That's his first touchdown of the day.
And I think he's a guy you can count on to make those end zone catches. He's set.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Bengals enjoying the lead 17-7. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer? St. Louis passes it. Logan.
When you can obliterate.
Third down, one man back. Kitna passes this one, and it's not. Caught! Touchdown!
Touchdown, Bengals.
Pat Johnson does a great job here battling 3 defenders. It's definitely worth a second look. Let's watch. And he still comes up with the ball. Wow, you can't coach that.
Peter, he gets... This one, Roethlisberger throws a heater right side. Kitna just rifles this one, and it's caught at the 47.
There, but this may turn him around.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. Kitna rifles this one hard over the middle. Johnson takes this one. Graham with the 44-yard attempt, and it's through the uprights. Offense comes out, and they are way down late in the game. They'll need some magic. Williams did well by the defense. That will bring up third down.
Nice pressure that time. Defense is in their dime. Let's watch.
Randall, third down.
Third and long, too, Dan. Big play coming up.
Roethlisberger fires. Randall catches it left sideline and...
Okay, bring him out. Bring him out. We got the change.
No first, baby. No first. Yeah, no first, baby. No first. Man.
Roethlisberger passes a high, long one, and it's complete. Intercepted. Stopped at... And that is going to do it for this one. The Bengals come out on top, 27-7. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
Enjoy this one. We're going to get you next time. We're going to get you next time. See you. It's all right. See you.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games Postgame show. I'm Chris Berman. The Bengals stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. John Kitna was kind enough to give us a moment of his time, and he's on the field with Susie Colbert. Susie?
Thank you, Chris. You transcended the competition today, and you prevailed with a big victory. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
I really think our linebackers played well today. They're reading the plays, getting after the ball. Man, it looked like a pack of wild dogs out there. They played big time today, so yeah, I gotta tip my cap to them.
Back to you, Chris.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Chiefs come away with a brutal 18-point victory. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. Preston Parsons will be on the move. You see it there. He'll be getting a nice little payday, too. 5 years, $2.0 million. This guy will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $2.4 million.
In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Titans win their 4th game of the year. The Buccaneers lost this one, but will stay at number 2 in the NFC South. David, please come to Boston, stepped it up this week, and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Steelers, Bengals. K'Wan Ratliff was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Bengals go on to win this by the final score of 27-7. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Aaron Smith leaves the Steelers and is on his way to the Jets, and they obviously see that as one of the areas that needs improvement. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Corey Simon is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Marty Booker pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Bears beat the Colts. In upstate New York, Buffalo, we had the Bills get nipped by 3 points. Jets, Browns. Curtis, my favorite Martin, is in the backfield at the 37-yard line, gets the pitch, spins right there, whoop! And then at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! The Jets go on to win this by the final score of 10-6. Down in Reliant Stadium, we had the Texans get nipped by 3 points. The Falcons' defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at Giant Stadium. The Saints won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Falcons. Cowboys, Ravens. Kyle Bowler calls the signals at the 24-yard line. And a quick rollout. Boy, he has some time. What a bullet! Touchdown! The Ravens win this one by the final score of 26-20. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Charles Woodson will be on the sidelines for a while, so this defense will need to do some reshuffling in his absence. He's suffering from strained ligaments in his elbow, and he'll be out for 5 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Chris Draft is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. On to the serious news of the week. Kevin Johnson will miss the remainder of the year. And this is a big blow to this passing game because he was obviously a main target. So that'll do it for now. Boomer, back to you.
In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chargers pick up their 3rd win of the season. The Redskins won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the NFC East. Lions, Vikings. Corey Chavis is in coverage as the other team backed inside their own red zone. Uh-oh, it's picked, the overthrow, and it's going to backfire. Touchdown! Nice play, Johnny on the spot. The Vikings go on to win this by the final score of 52-16. And last but not least, we had the Cardinals come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.